What's good, YouTube? FTW underscore here. FTW underscore TK here, back here to give another YouTube video. And I might be a little quiet because my grandpa's sleeping right now, so I don't want to wake him. So yeah, as you can tell by the title, thumbnail, and on the screen, I will be reviewing and talking about the Sinners movie that came out earlier this year. I wasn't really wanted to see it, but recently I was like, you know what, I need to make another video like this, and this is the perfect one. The title of the movie, Sinners, obviously trying to normalize sin and everything. So yeah, let's begin. So the movie starts off with a voiceover narration from a woman talking about how these people gifted with music can induce or summon spirits, conjure spirits, and obviously that's just telling you how it is, how the music industry is right now. I mean, pretty much with frequencies and vibrations and everything. So I gotta calm down. Music is cool. There you go, YouTube algorithm. Anyways, so yeah. Next we see a beautiful shot. One of the good things about this movie, obviously, the plot and everything, and the cinematography, bro, is so good. And we open up on this guy. In the movie, his name is Sammy. It's just kind of funny. If you know, you know. But yeah, and we open up on him driving a car, going to his church. As you can see, is a triangle right there. Obviously, they love the triangles. And then he goes up to his dad, and he's like, "Yo, stop this sin, because he's talking about how he thinks that his music playing is sinful and stuff. Obviously, if you create music, not it depends on what type of music you're making. If you're making music about talking about drugs and money and all that, then yeah, that's playing music sinfully. But if you make music about worship music and stuff, then you good. Then we open up on him on the plantation, because this is set in the 1930s, and obviously slavery and everything. And then we see these two twin brothers, Stack and Smoke, and they're going to buy this little old sawmill, and from this rich white racist guy, which we tell by the end that he's lying here. He says, "Oh, yo, yeah, the clan's no longer a land, my brother." Obviously, we all know what clan he's talking about. And then Sammy gets picked up by Stack and Smoke, and obviously I didn't get a screenshot of it, but there's a snake, and obviously the snake is obviously referring to the Garden of Eden of stuff. So yeah. And then we see they go their separate ways to go cover more ground to get their jukebox joint, their club thingy, to get up by the night. And Smoke goes into town, and Stack goes over to train station with Sammy to get try and get people. And that's where we see Haley Steinfeld's character. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot her character's name. And her and Stack know each other, and it's they did the deed and whatever. And then Smoke comes in, and I didn't, bro. When I found this out, he had a dead daughter, a dead baby, bro. I was like, nah, bro, that's crazy. And then his wife, or his ex or whatever, I forgot her name, if I'm being real. No, Annie. Her name is Annie, and she's some witch person, so promoting witchcraft. And then we see this one guy named Nemec, and he's burnt, going to this one house, and he's saying he was being chased by Indians, Native Americans, and this white couple, his house is "Hey, yo, I'll pay you. Just tell him I'm not here." And yeah, and then they show the wife of walking in on Nemec, and after he just got the husband, which is the nephew of the rich white guy, and they're all Klansmen and stuff. Not Nemec though, he's from Ireland. as we see later. So like they get the jukebox joint up and running. We see this guy right here guarding the door named Cornbread. And then we see Haley Steinfeld go up to Sammy, who was like, "Hey yo, I'm with the twins." It's like, "Boy, if you don't get the heck in my heck in my face." And then Smoke comes up. Yeah, Smoke comes up. It's like saying, "Hey yo, get the frick out of here. If you don't, how much can I pay you to get out of here?" He's like, "Oh, you can't pay me." And then Sammy has this beautiful, like his voice, his singing voice is really good. Obviously, we all know like all these people are, yeah, Freemason and everything. And then we see like it's like a visual of like it says like past and present. I mean past and future of like sounds like how can music like in whatever. And we see like some like past and like some present and like some future people from this time frame like creating music, but obviously they can't hear it, only we can see it and hear it, which is pretty cool representation and stuff. And then we see the white folk, the white people, the vampires come in. Oh yeah, by the way, the vampires, spoiler alert. Oh wow, who would have known? And then they come up to the door saying, "Hey yo, we just want to come in and play or whatever." And Stack is like, he's kind of feeling it, but Smoke was like, "Hell nah, get the frick out of here." And so Smoke and stuff, they're like talking to Haley Steinfeld. Was like, "Hey yo, we kind of down bad. We kind of stole." So we got our Irish whiskey and like Italian, or was it Italian? I think it was Italian something. It's like, I'm gonna go. Haley Steinfeld's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go out there." And they're still playing and stuff. She comes out here, is like, "Oh, I'm just trying to see if you guys are good people and stuff." Obviously, we all know there is no good people. There's only God is only good and stuff. We are only sinners, and we need God for His mercy and His salvation. And then so she goes out there, and it's like she realizes something's wrong, and she like takes out a gun. It's like, "Get the frick out of here." And then she walks away, and then freaking Nemec just starts levitating and jumps on her, and then he bites her on the back. So you can see right here, but obviously I didn't get the screenshot for it. I should have. Oh well, so she comes in looking for Stack. It's like, "Hey yo, let's go have 69. And then Sammy barges in on him, because Smoke said, "Go get Stack." And like he sees him, was like, "Oh, okay." Goes back, "Hey yo, I told you to go get Stack." It's like, I'm not getting him alone. They come in and they see her freaking biting him. Freaking Smoke empties the clip, and freaking she just starts out like, "We gonna kill all y'all, bruh. We gonna kill every one last one of you." And so she just run out. And then Slim, this character right here, he's like probably my favorite character in the entire movie, because like the actor who plays him, I've seen him in funny stuff and whatever. So he's like, "Hey, y'all need to leave," obviously, except for like the people who are like close to him. It's like, so they all leave, and then obviously later we see that they all got bit by the vampires, so they all turn. And then Annie was like, "Hey yo, he's gone, can't do anything about it." And then bro, the freaking Irish jiggy that this guy goes on, the Irish jig, freaking bro, I was low key bopping out, bro. I was low key bopping the heck out. And then so Annie, since she's like witchcraft or like witch or whatever, she read up a ton of stuff. It's like she realizes that they're vampires, so she makes everyone eat a clove of garlic to see whoever is a vampire or whatever. And then the chick that Sammy was with, it was like she didn't want to eat it, so Smoke pointed a gun at her. He's like, "Hey yo, you better eat it or I'm finna kill you." So she finally eats it. And then Slim was like having a reaction to it. Was like, "Oh no, please don't be a vampire." It's like, "Nah, he good." Well, for now. Spoiler alert. And then we see all the vampires come up, and it's like, hey, like trying to tell them to like they want to be a family or whatever, trying to invite the demon in. It's like, oh heck nah. And then this freaking Asian woman, Chinese woman, sees her husband who got turned, and she's like, bruh, and then they start singing a song outside, and then she finally says, "All right, y'all can come in." they were trying to hold her back, bro. If I was, bro, I am running out of the other way. And then so they bust in, they all get attacked. The Chinese woman kills her husband, but obviously she dies too. She burns herself alive while doing so. And as you see right here, you see some Freemason tiles or whatever. Anyways, then we see this this one frame, Sammy. Bro, this is funny, cause if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And then this part right here where Sammy's saying a Bible verse, saying the Lord's Prayer. Oh shoot, I'm trying to remember. I'm really bad at remembering this word for word. Hallowed, Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your will be done, as earth as in heaven. Keep us not from temptation and stuff. Oh shoot, let me actually pull this up. I need to get this right. I don't want to butcher it. I feel really bad doing that. But he says the Bible verse, and like they're all, what's his name, Nemec, the Irish guy, is like, you know, people came up to my family once, or like told my parents that, saying that is like, I hated that, but every time I hear it, I feel calm. And it's like, in the end times, everyone will bow their knee to Jesus, because he's king. He's King Kings. I'm trying to pull this thing up. This Bible verse up. Hallowed be thy name. Prayer. Yeah, so our Father who art in heaven. Oh, I just had it. Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Oh, come on, bro. I'm trying to read this, bro. As it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Keep us not to temptation and stuff. I just had the verse, but it's not showing the entire thing. But anyway, so he says that. And then Smoke comes out of nowhere because he was fighting his brother Stack. And then we find out later what he told him and stuff. So Smoke attacks Nemec from behind. He pierces him with a wooden stake. And then he burns up in the sun. And bro, this shot's pretty, yeah, bro. And then Smoke tells Sammy, hey yo, put the guitar down. Put the guitar down, bro. I got some business to attend to. And as we find out from earlier that the white rich guy was going to come up with his clan buddies and, you know, kill everyone. But that's not going to happen because they say multiple times that Smoke is a soldier. And it's like, yeah, bro, they cooked, bro. He goes absolutely crazy. He gets shot once, in the stomach, but I guess he loses just blood and he dies. And then he kills him. And then there's like this scene where like he sees like the ghost or something of Annie and his baby and stuff. And so we see Sammy. He did not want to put the guitar down because he remembered everyone. So he went off and to become a guitar player. And we see in the 1990s, fast forward 60 years, and we see him in a little bar performing. And then we see this guy is like, hey yo, bro, there's some people. He gave $100 to come see. He was like, oh, that's fine with me. And then he hears something, and then we see freaking Haley Steinfeld and Stack still alive. And then we see her, you know, wearing the checker, you know, stuff. Anyways, and he tells him how he survived because he said Smoke told him to promise him that he would leave him be and to you know, let him live his life. And so he promised that. And then he says, hey, yo, you about to die. And it's like, that's fine by me. He basically said, that's fine by me. And then he says, there's this really, really good moment, really good piece of dialogue saying, you know what? Sammy says, you know what? Before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life. Was that like it for you? And then Smoke was like, yeah. Last time I seen my brother. Last time I see the sun. And then, like, bro, And so I'll live like it's the last time for a long time, for a long time, and it's in my time, bruh. And so yeah, obviously there were signs and symbols in this movie, but overall, the movie was pretty good. One of my friends said it was his favorite movie of the year so far. He's seen it in theaters like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, next video expected to either be Fantastic Four review or expected to be the um Fortnite event on Saturday. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. God bless. Jesus loves you, and pray before it's too late. And God bless.